Like, this is all tests. Like, I understand, and it's all gonna go and pass away and stuff like that. But in the moment, this is how I feel. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Salena. And Bella. Yeah. Your new toy? Yeah. That I just got you? Yeah. You guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, you guys, me and Alyliah are in a much better spirit than we were for the last couple days. Okay? Me and Alyliah were sick, you guys, literally, with fevers. Alyliah was throwing up. I still have like a little bit of cough, but that's like clearing up now. My nose was clogged and stuff like that for the last couple days. But I guess for me being able to sleep for the last 2 days, and from me taking like showers and stuff like that with my Dr. Teal's peppermint soap, it helped clear up my nose, and it's helping clear my chest up a little bit. And now we're actually taking a walk in our walking park that we like to take walks in. And I'm hoping that clears up my chest a little bit more, and also just gives me like a little bit more exercise and stuff like that. But anyways, today, you guys, I wanted to do an update on basically everything that had happened, or everything that, you know, has been going on with me and stuff like that since I got back from my trip from Florida. What is it? Trip from hell, actually, because that was not no trip, okay? That was not no vacation or anything. I don't know what that was. That was just confusing. Look at Alyliah. She's playing with her toy. But anyways, if you guys are new to this channel, welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for getting me to my first 700 subscribers. I cannot wait till we get to my first 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on so you can get notified every time I post another video. And also make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up and drop a comment down below. So we're giving an update. So, okay, so if you don't know what's been going on, long story short is, what? All right, me and my daughter have been staying in a homeless shelter for about 5 or 6 months, since March, okay? So about 5 or 6 months now. We've been staying in a homeless shelter. We were staying in the shelter that I'm actually at now. We were staying at the one shelter that I'm at now. We were staying here for about 4 months. And then we got moved on short notice to a different shelter that... Okay, so the shelter that I'm staying at now it's just like a motel room with just a bathroom, a sink, and a big spacious bedroom, and then they cook for you. So they'll give you meals, 3 meals a day and stuff like that. And if you want, you can go to the store and buy your own food and figure out how you're gonna make it on your own. But for the most part, they feed you here. So I ended up getting moved to a different shelter, and the shelter that I got moved to was basically like a 1-bedroom apartment that had a 1-bedroom, a living room, a bathroom, a kitchen with a full stove, refrigerator, sink, all that, okay? So we were able to cook for each other, and, well, I was able to cook meals for ourselves, and basically it was just like an apartment. So I was there for about, I would say, 2 months, 3 months the most, and listen to this, right? I have been having the urge to want to move to Tallahassee, Florida for like the past year. Me and my girlfriend have been wanting to move to Tallahassee for like a year now. And we were both saying, like, when the time is right, when we both are established enough, or just when we have the right amount of money to get us down there and get us started, we're gonna move to Tallahassee and go down there and go explore, because, you know, I just wanted to go try a different state for once instead of living in New York my entire life. So, there's a bee. Okay, so anyways, so listen to this, okay? So basically, I ended up getting tired of being in the shelter, getting frustrated, because every time I tried to find an apartment, it was always something wrong. Like, they're always telling me that you need to have a credit score of 680 or more, or you need to make 3 times the amount of the rent in order to get proof for the apartment, to rent the apartment. So I started getting frustrated, and basically one of my cousins lives in Florida already. So I ended up like texting her or messaging her or whatever on Facebook, and I was just like, yo, I'm over living out here. Can I come stay with you for a little while until me and my girlfriend have enough saved up for us to move to Tallahassee? But it's just gonna be me and my daughter coming, and my girlfriend's gonna stay back here because she has a really good job and she just needs to save up like 4 or 5 paychecks, and then she's gonna meet us in Tallahassee. So I just need to stay with you for like 2 or 3 months until I get my daughter, until Christina comes down there. And then once my girlfriend comes down there, I'm gonna just leave your house and go stay with her. And she was like, sure, come on, come stay down there with me. So I was like, all right, fine. So I ended up going to DSS, which is about like social services, if you guys don't know what that is. So it's basically like where you can go in the state or whatever for like low income families or whatever, and they can give you a government assistance and stuff like that if you don't know what that stuff is. So anyways, I had learned from another person that used to stay at this shelter that they give out bus tickets if you need them, if you want to go somewhere, if you're homeless. And as long as you have somewhere to go, they'll pay for your tickets to get there or whatever. They just need to confirm who you're going with. So I ended up going to DSS to tell them that my cousin told me I could come stay with her. And they were like, all right, fine. So they just wanted me to have proof that she was going to let me come stay there with her, and that it was okay for me to come stay there. So they gave me and my daughter 2 bus tickets, 2 one-way trip bus tickets on the Greyhound to get to Florida. So me and my daughter both get to Florida. We traveled for 2 days on the bus, which was the most horrifying experience of my life, especially because the bus drivers were rude as hell, and all the bus stations' bathrooms were dirty, except New York City's bathroom, which was kind of shocking. That bathroom was the only bathroom that wasn't dirty. And then Atlanta's bus station, I gave them the worst Google review they could ever get in their entire life. So that was a horrible experience. So we finally get to Florida after 2 days, damn near 3 days of traveling. We get to Florida all for her son, okay? Because this had nothing to do with my cousin. I'm gonna say that now, because the last video I posted, everybody was so upset that my cousin did that to me, but it wasn't my cousin, you guys. It was her son, okay? As soon as I get there, he starts spazzing out. Like, first of all, why you got her here? Knowing that I'm still here? He just going the fuck in on her. He's like, why you got her here? Knowing that I'm here? Da-da-da-da. Make her leave right now. And she's all like, where is she gonna go? Where is she supposed to stay? She just got here. Da-da-da-da. She's supposed to come stay here with me so I can help her get a job, and so her and the baby can focus on getting themselves together and getting their YouTube channel and stuff like that on the road. He was like, I don't care. Then you wait for me to leave. Mind you, he's 17, right? So he's like, mind you, he's like, oh, I don't care. You wait for me to leave, or you ask me permission first. But anyways, he's like, oh, you gotta ask me permission first. You can't just be having people come stay in here without asking me, da-da-da-da-da. So he was basically trying to tell her to make me leave. And for 2 days, we stayed in Florida at my cousin's house. We were freaking, she took us to the beach for like 10 minutes because it was raining outside. It was the most weirdest thing ever. As soon as I walked in her house, her dog scratched me on my leg and left this big old scratch on my leg right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's huge, okay? Her dog scratched me as a welcome. But anyways, so basically he did not want me there. He thought, according to her, what she said he was saying is, he didn't want me there because he thought we were going to go there for wrong intentions. And he thought me and her were going to relapse. And who knows what else he thought? Who knows what else he thought? I don't give a damn at this point. So after 2 days of me being in her house, she finally, listen what she does, right? She takes all of my stuff out of my 2 suitcases that I had packed take down there, right? She quickly takes all of my stuff out of the 2 suitcases, right? And shoves them into one big suitcase that was hers. Talking about, I'm giving you my suitcase because it looks less ghetto than the ones you have. Right? So she's shoving all of my stuff in the suitcase, right? And I'm like, where am I going? She's like, I'm taking you to a hotel with Alyliah. I'm like, okay. How long am I going to be there? She said, oh, I don't know. I'll let you know probably until my son leaves, and then I'll let you come back to my house. So I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? All right, that's fine. As long as we're going to go to a hotel. Like, cool, sure, why not? So she's basically saying she's paying for me and my daughter to go to stay in a hotel and all this other stuff. So she's quickly packing all of my stuff, shoving all of my stuff in my bags. I didn't even have time to think about anything that she was doing. All I know is she was packing my stuff in a suitcase and bringing me to a hotel with my daughter. So she ends up bringing me to the hotel, right? The hotel had a pool. It was nice. Right? So then she blocks me.
Where are you going?
I want to go sit on this bench. So then she blocks me, you guys. As soon as she takes me to the hotel, she blocks me on the phone, but not on Facebook. So I was confused. I wanted to know why she blocked me on the phone and not on Facebook. So listen, right? So me and Alyliah are trying to like occupy ourselves. I'm trying to occupy ourselves and not think about why she blocked me. Maybe she's just stressed out because her son just made her make me leave after I just got there for 2 days. So I just letting her breathe, not thinking about the situation or whatever. Next thing you know, she cash apps me $181. Talking about this should be enough for you. Oh, she sends a text message with it and says, sorry. This should be enough for you to get back home with your daughter. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm confused.
Daddy,
like,
stop.
But she can't even respond back to any of the messages that I'm sending her because she blocked me. So I'm sitting there asking the front desk clerk, how many days does she pay for me to stay here? And they told me she only paid for me to stay there for 1 day. After she told me she paid for us to stay there for a week. So now I'm feeling played by this point, right? So now I'm like, why would you sit there and tell me that you were going to pay for me and my child to stay in a hotel for a week, and you only paid for us to stay in here for 1 day? Then on top of that, so I said, screw it. You know what I'm about to do? I said, I'm about to just pay for me a hotel to stay in here like another day or 2 or whatever, and then I'm just going to take a bus back home. Or no, I was going to take a bus to Connecticut to go stay with my other daughter and her dad for now until I got on my feet. So I went to go try to book me and my daughter a ticket to get on the Greyhound to go back to go to Connecticut. And the ticket said they were $217 a piece for me and her. So then I started crying and I started getting pissed off because you only sent me enough to do what? To walk down the street? Because that's where I was only going. So I started crying. I started getting upset because you only paid for the hotel for me for 1 day after you told me you were paying for it for a whole week. Then on top of that, you said you were sending me enough money for us to get back home, and you only sent me enough for, I don't know how much you thought that was going to do, what that was going to do at first. So I started crying and I made a YouTube video. And then, next thing you know it, the next day, they're talking about checkout is at 11 o'clock. I'm trying to figure out why she not answering the phone. Like, I'm trying to ask her, why can't she come get me until I figure out how I'm going to get home, until I can get enough money for the bus for me to get back to wherever I need to go. Now, all of a sudden, she unblocks me with itineraries of 2 tickets for me to get back to Albany with my daughter. To get back to New York, Albany, New York, where I'm from, with my daughter. Now, I'm really crying because I wanted to go to Connecticut with my daughter's dad. Not come back out here, the place that I decided to leave because I didn't want to be out here no more. The whole point of me leaving New York was to leave New York, not to come back to it. So now I'm crying because my other daughter wanted me to come stay with her in Connecticut with her and her dad. And I was like, yo, if she sends me the money, I'm just going to pay for the tickets for me and Alyliah to get to Connecticut. But she ends up buying the tickets instead of asking me where I wanted to go. Like, that junk had me so tight at first. But now it's like, you know what? I don't even care because it's over. The situation is long done and over with. I don't even give a damn. Like, it is what it is. Like, me and my daughter are safe. We end up taking the bus back to Albany. We end up going back to the shelter that we started out in the first place. Like, the first shelter that we were at when we first became homeless with the motel. And then we end up getting back in the same room that we had before. So we're fine. And the whole ride back, people were cash apping me money because they felt bad. They were sending me money for us to eat food and stuff like that on the bus and make sure we were good. And then one of my god sisters ended up sending me a couple of dollars for my daughter to get some toys. And one of my cousins that live out here, she took me to the store to go get me some, like, I went to the store to go buy some cleaning supplies and stuff for my room because this shelter that I'm staying at is infested with mice and roaches and stuff like that. But I ended up learning how to keep them things out of your room. So I just put, like, foaming spray around the entire room to keep the mouses out. And I got some peppermint essential oils that I sprayed, and bleach and stuff like that, and mopped the floors and swept and cleaned the room and stuff like that with it. And then the thing that got me upset about this situation is that, like, yo, when she was packing my stuff, had I known that she was gonna make me leave, I would have took my time and packed my stuff, you guys. Because I left my sneakers down there. I left my other sandals that I had on my feet down there because she took my sandals and told me to put the flip-flops that she had to give me. Told me to put her flip-flops on.
Mom, look.
She had me wearing her flip-flops, you guys. And I don't like wearing other people's shoes. There's this thing that it's like a weird thing. Like, I don't think you're supposed to walk in other people's shoes because that makes you, like, feel and see stuff that they felt and saw. Like, I don't like walking in other people's shoes, especially not no flip-flops, you guys. Not no damn flip-flops. Like, she had me traveling on the bus for 2 days with flip-flops on my feet. Now, had I known she was making me leave, I would have worn my sneakers. My dusty $180 pair of sneakers that I left out there. That I was comfortable with on my feet. With socks on my feet. You can't put socks with flip-flops. I was mad about that. And then I was also mad because had I known she was packing my stuff for me to leave, I would have took my time and made sure I took all of my stuff. Okay, I left my ring light that I had just bought for me and Alyliah use when we're in the rooms doing TikToks and YouTube videos. That was $25. I left my freaking memory card that goes to my phone for me to save all of my videos. When I'm done making my videos, I need to save them onto my memory card so I can have the videos and for future references in case I want to repost them or reshare them on social media. I left that down there. And then on top of that, I left my soap that I just had bought for $9. I left it down there, but I ended up telling her she can keep it anyways. But I still left that. Had I known she was going to make me leave like that, I would have took my damn soap. And she could have just kept on using her Irish Spring and her Dial soap like she's used to using. Like, I would have took my Castile soap. Like, dead serious. And then on top of that, I freaking left God knows what else inside of those suitcases that I ended up needing. I would have took my time and packed myself. I left my brush. So I was traveling with no brush. So me and my daughter's hair was looking busted and crusty and dusty the whole bus ride. And then I left my toothpastes. You guys. My toothpastes, I don't use no regular Colgate or Crest on my teeth because that stuff has pork in it. So I use Hello charcoal activated toothpaste, that's $5 a tube, and Tom's toothpaste, that's $5 a tube. I left both of them down there. And I had to use freaking Crest toothpaste on the way back from the bus stations. Like, I was so freaking mad, you guys, when I tell y'all I was so mad. Like, I was so mad. I know it's like materialistic things and you can buy that stuff over again, but that's not the point. Because if I would have knew she was doing that grimy stuff to me, I would have took all my stuff and packed all my stuff. And then on top of that, because I thought me and my daughter were going to live down there, I ended up having a brand new birth certificate that I needed for my daughter to start school melt down there so I can have some type of proof of address. Like, I didn't even have time to sit there and wait to see if it was going to come in the mail or not. So I ended up leaving that there too. Like, yo, when I tell you guys, I was so pissed off, like, yo, and I was sitting there thinking that they weren't going to put me back in another shelter because I left it, and then good thing that they put me in another one. Like, it was just too much. But I had to learn the hard way, you guys, not to trust anybody, especially family, because they be the first ones to play you, and they be liars. They be straight up liars. Because had she kept it a buck with me and said, oh, I'm only putting you in a hotel for one day, I'd have made sure I bring my stuff, and I would have made sure I did what I had to do to make sure me and my daughter got to where I wanted to go, not where somebody else wanted me to go. Like, that had me tight. And now I'm back to square one. I had to start all over again. I had to resubmit my food stamp application, resubmit my temporary assistance application, redo everything all over again because I got played. I left on the 8th and came back on the 14th. Literally. I left a whole box of seltzer waters down there, $20 worth of bag of shrimp in her refrigerator that I wanted to cook for me and my daughter. Like, yo, if I knew she was going to do that, I would have made sure I took that shrimp back to the store and that seltzer water back to the store and got my food stamp money back, because that's money I could have used for me and my kid to eat when we came back here. Like, it was so much stuff that I, like, little things, like, yo, I'm never again. She texted me and said she was sorry, and that it made her, that the whole situation stressed her out, and she was feeling sick over it, and all this other stuff. Like, you're feeling stressed out and sick over this? You still have a roof over your head. Like, you still have somewhere to call home. I don't. Now, had I known any of this shit was going to happen, I would have never left the shelter I was in. I would have stayed my little funky ass right there in that one-bedroom studio apartment that I was in just now and just thugged it out. Not sat here and gave up my freaking shelter that had a kitchen and stuff in it to come back to a motel room. Like, bro. Oh, no. Never trust family again, you guys. Like, never trust family because, no. I had more support and more love from random strangers between Facebook and YouTube and TikTok than I have had in my entire life. Like, real, genuine love that I've never experienced before in my life from random strangers. And it's sad, because you can't even get that stuff from family. And then on top of that, my cousin's mom was texting me on leaving comments on my YouTube videos talking about she got you a ticket. You want the money for it? You want the money for it instead to get home? Like, first of all, I didn't know she bought me a ticket because she blocked me. She didn't tell me I had a ticket until like 11 o'clock that morning. Then she pays for me a ticket for 7 p.m. Me and my daughter sat outside. From 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock at night. We sat outside that whole time. That whole time we sat outside waiting for the bus. Like, bro, yo, I was so mad. And then my cousin's mom was like, you wanted the money instead and she paid for your tickets? Yes, because I wanted to go to Connecticut, not to New York. Because I don't know what's up with my cousin's mom, still thinking that I'm still doing drugs. Like, girl, don't get me started. Do not get me started. Because I'm not going to sit here and keep telling people that I've been clean for 2 years. I'm not going to keep telling people that. So if you think I'm still on drugs, then you must got a guilty conscience. Because all those over-the-counter medications that you're taking for all your depression is drugs. Like, come on. What's the difference? There's no difference. And doing street drugs and over-the-counter drugs. Drugs is still drugs. And you need yours to function. Like, come on. And then my mom want to text me talking about she's going to call CPS on me. That I need to get myself together and I'm unstable for my child. Would you call CPS on me? Number one, my girlfriend works in the CPS office, okay? I've been telling her how I wanted to work in a school for a long time now. I can't work in a school because I have two guilty cases on my file from 6 years ago, from when I was with my daughter's dad, from when me and him used to fight with each other all the time. So I can't even get a job working around kids or old people or nothing like that if I wanted to, until that stuff clears off of my history. So you're gonna go and add to that? Like, bro, that's not okay. Why would you call CPS on me when your niece told me to leave the shelter that I was in to come stay with her because she was going to help me out. And then my mom told me not to talk to her no more. Like, I wasn't even talking to you in the beginning anyways. I only used you for those couple days. I only used you for a couple days when my sister didn't want to watch my daughter for me anymore for me to go to work. Other than that, I don't talk to you. You got me messed up. I don't talk to you. Yes, life is too short and I should be talking to my mom. But no, if y'all knew the history between me and my mom, no. Ain't no second chances over here. I was just using her for a babysitter. I don't need nobody to babysit. I don't need anybody at all. I can take care of me and my daughter by myself. And it's a good thing that I believe in Jesus, because if not, I don't know where I would be without God. Like, honestly. Like, this is all test. Like, I understand, and it's all gonna go and pass away and stuff like that. But in the moment, this is how I feel. And this is how I feel about all the situation that's going on. Like, I'm glad I'm in a much better headspace than I was 3 years ago. Because 3 years ago, I was on drugs and I was fighting depression. And I overcame that stuff. Thanks to God. Not to nobody else. Not thanks to family or anything. Because the whole time that I was fighting my addiction and my depression, my family was judging me the whole time. And telling me I need to go to counseling and I need help and I'm slow and I'm retarded. That's all my mom's sister does. Is talk about me and my sisters, talk about how we're slow and how we need mental health and all this other stuff. But not one of them ever reaches out to us to ask us if we ever are okay or if we need anything. Because they don't care about us. Like, and it's okay. And it's okay. Because we don't need any of them. Because they're all fake. That's how I feel right now. But I'm about to end this video here because it's super duper long. And I'm not going to sit here because I feel like by me talking about it is making me feel a type of way. So I'm about to just end this video here so I don't get angry about this stuff anymore because it's over. I'm in a safe place now. Me and my daughter are back in a shelter. Back to square one. A good thing we didn't make it too far. Or else I would have been really wanting to fight. I really would have been wanting to fight. Like, all hell would have been really breaking loose. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to wait till my daughter goes back to school. I'm going to get me a job. And I'm going to fix my credit so me and my girlfriend can go to Tallahassee, Florida. And that's another thing. Me and my girlfriend, like I said, me and my girlfriend been saying we wanted to move to Florida. And we been said, like, if we move to Florida, it's going to be because we did that on our own hard work. And not because somebody else gave us a free handout. So it was like a hard lesson that I had to learn. And my daughter also, she warned me. Alyliah warned me when I kept saying I want to get out of the shelter. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get out of the shelter. Alyliah said, don't do that. God doesn't like it when you rush him. Have patience. And look, I had to learn the hard way because I didn't even want to listen to my child. Like, I'm done trusting people, and I'm just going to continue to trust the process and work hard towards accomplishing my goals, which is to get my YouTube taken off. 1 million subscribers, here we come. And also, I'm going to fix my credit score, save up some money, and me and Alyliah and Christina are going to move to Tallahassee. So, I hope you guys are here for the long run and stick by our side throughout this journey. And thank you guys for everybody's help, like, you know, suggestions and support and love this whole time, the last couple days. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for sending us money on Cash App to make sure we have food to get back. We appreciate that also. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below if you guys want to get shout out in my next video. Till next time, guys. Peace, love, and grace.